These cities will face imminent destruction, and many lives will be lost. Entire countries will disappear from the map forever, swallowed by the sea in a matter of minutes. Therefore, upon identifying these signs, people must immediately evacuate these areas. Otherwise, millions of lives will be taken. In other countries, only cities located at high altitudes will survive, transforming into tiny islands. These are the most alarming predictions looming over our near future, including devastating natural catastrophes and geopolitical transformations that could change the world. We know him. Are all these prophecies that I will reveal in this video related to what we are going through today? Reply at the end of this video. Now, let's make a more direct connection between some of Edgar Cayce's prophecies and current events. What the future holds for us is a question that has always intrigued humanity. Throughout history, many people have tried to predict the future with varying results. Among the most notable clairvoyants of the 20th century is Edgar Cayce, considered by some as a sensitive, by others as a clairvoyant, and by many as a psychic. Cayce is often referred to as the father of holistic medicine, due to his exceptional psychic abilities that manifested from childhood. He was also famous for revealing people's past lives and making predictions about the future. Among his most impactful predictions, he made one about the future of America that is truly terrifying. Edgar Cayce made dramatic predictions about the 20th century, including the disappearance of New York, the sinking of Japan into the ocean, and significant changes in the cartography of Europe. Although not all of his predictions came true, many were documented and studied, revealing impressive accuracy. After his death, his sons Edgar Evans Cayce and Hugh Lynn Cayce analyzed some 14,306 readings he had taken, concluding that only 200 were wrong. Let's explore how your readings have influenced thousands of people and discover everything we may soon face. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, was born on March 18, 1877, on a farm near Hopkinsville, Kentucky, in the United States. From a young age, Cayce demonstrated unusual psychic abilities, such as the ability to memorize books simply by sleeping on them. He also reported visions and spiritual experiences, which intrigued and worried his family. In his early 20s, Cayce developed a mysterious loss of voice that traditional medicine could not explain or cure. It was during this crisis that he discovered his ability to enter a deep trance state and offer diagnoses and treatments to himself and others. Over the course of his life, Cayce performed more than 14,000 readings while in a trance state, covering a wide variety of subjects from health diagnoses to predictions about future events and spiritual interpretations. His health readings, many of which suggested natural and holistic treatments, were remarkably accurate and helped countless people find relief from their ailments. In addition to health issues, Cayce also explored topics such as reincarnation, ancient civilizations such as Atlantis, and the interpretation of dreams. Edgar Cayce served thousands of people over more than 40 years, offering diagnoses and predictions without charging for his services, accepting only donations. Among his most famous clients were Woodrow Wilson, President of the United States from 1913 to 1921, and Thomas Edison, the inventor of the incandescent light bulb. Despite his elite connections, Cayce never lived a wealthy life. Born in Kentucky, Edgar Cayce grew up on a tobacco farm with 4 sisters. Since he was little, he claimed to talk to his deceased grandfather and had a transformative vision when he saw a luminous lady dressed in white who asked him about his desires and his role in life. He responded that he wanted to help people, and since then, he has acquired remarkable skills, such as learning lessons by putting books under the pillow and seeing people's auras. He made his predictions lying on a couch, with his eyes closed, which earned him the nickname Sleeping Prophet. One of his most notable predictions was made to a shipping agent interested in international issues. Cayce envisioned a world on fire due to military groups seeking power and territorial expansion, predicting the alliance between the Austrians, Germans, and Japanese, foreshadowing World War II 4 years before its start. In the first prophecy, Edgar Cayce says, "In my visions, I am led to contemplate the days to come, when divine designs unfold before the eyes of men. I see, in the recesses of time, the earth bowing under the weight of monumental changes, like a weary atlas supporting the weight of the world. The waters, which long ago caressed the shores with affection, now rage, seeking to claim what is rightfully theirs, will be embraced by the waves in a farewell kiss. The inexorable tides advance, devouring what was once solid land. In the heavens, the winds of change blow fiercely, heralding an era of uncertainty and transformation. The sun, which once lit the paths of men with kindness, now burns with a relentless intensity, casting storm shadows over the world. It is a time of challenge and opportunity, my friends, where the choices of men will shape the destiny of the earth and all who inhabit it. Hearts open to divine guidance will find strength to face the challenges that present themselves, because even in the deepest shadows, the light of hope shines eternally, pointing the way to a future where harmony between man and nature will be restored, and the earth, it will once again be a paradise of peace and abundance. Now, let's relate this excerpt from one of his prophecies with current events. It is clear that this prophecy is completely related to global climate change and the devastating effects that we are facing everywhere in the world, be it earthquakes, floods, tornadoes, excessive heat, erupting volcanoes, tsunamis, and many others. The description of the monumental changes facing the Earth reflects the reality of global climate change. Rising temperatures are causing polar ice caps to melt and sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities around the world. The inexorable tides advancing and devouring previously safe lands are a metaphor for the impacts of coastal flooding and erosion caused by rising sea levels. The winds of change and the relentless intensity of the sun mentioned in the text are reminiscent of the extreme weather events we are currently witnessing. Hurricanes, storms, heat waves, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense, casting storm shadows over many regions of the world. The mention of the era of uncertainty and transformation reflects the current reality, where we face a series of environmental, social, and economic challenges. The prophecy ends with a vision of a future where harmony between man and nature is restored, echoing the growing recognition of the importance of preserving and protecting the environment. For our near future, he made the following predictions that are making people apprehensive, as many of them have already started to come true. Just observe what is happening around us. The first frightening prediction was about the destruction of 3 major cities in the United States: New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. He stated that large portions of coastal areas would be destroyed due to catastrophic events, such as major earthquakes and floods. These natural calamities would cause enormous loss of life and destruction of infrastructure, drastically changing the landscape of these urban areas. The idea of such disasters in such populated and economically important locations is truly terrifying, as it would affect millions of people and have a profound impact on the entire country. This Cayce prediction highlights the vulnerability of large cities to natural disasters. New York, with its dense population and financial importance, Los Angeles, the center of entertainment and culture, and San Francisco, known for its technological innovation and coastal location, are all areas that would suffer greatly in the event of a disaster of this magnitude. Cayce mentioned that before we would have the eruption in the South Pacific and those areas along the West Coast, referring to the imminent dangers. Despite the fear that this prediction might generate, Cayce also believed in the human capacity to adapt and overcome. He suggested that in the wake of these disasters, there would be an opportunity to rebuild in a safer and more sustainable way. Humanity will learn from these events and seek ways to live in greater harmony with nature, Cayce said. This view offers a ray of hope, showing that, even in the face of devastation, there is the possibility of rebirth and improvement. Preparedness, resilience, and collaboration will be essential to face and overcome the challenges that such disasters can bring. Edgar Cayce made a disturbing prediction about shifts in the Earth's poles. He stated that the poles would shift, and with that would come significant climate and geographic change. According to Cayce, these changes would result in major natural disasters, such as earthquakes, tsunamis, and floods, drastically affecting life on the planet. He said the waters of the Great Lakes would spill into the Mississippi Valley, suggesting that the geography of the United States would be transformed. The idea of such changes is frightening, as it could cause the destruction of cities and the loss of many lives. Cayce also mentioned that these pole shifts would lead to a new era of consciousness and spirituality. He believed that with changes in the currents of the earth, there would also be changes in the mental and spiritual currents of man. According to him, humanity would be forced to adapt and find new ways of living in harmony with nature. Although this vision may seem apocalyptic, Cayce saw it as an opportunity for humanity to evolve and reach a higher level of understanding and coexistence. Cayce's prediction is a call for preparation and resilience, highlighting the importance of being ready to face and overcome the challenges that the future holds for us. So that you can more quickly and easily understand all these signs, we are facing difficult times in which prophecies are being fulfilled, but many do not realize what is happening around the world. For this reason, I decided to offer a gift to all channel subscribers, a digital ebook, The Secret Behind the Holy Bible, which you can download immediately. The link is in the first pinned comment. In this book, I reveal all the secrets of biblical prophecies that will shock you. Don't waste time. Click on the first pinned comment, as we only have a few units available, and it will soon be taken down. Another striking prediction was about the health of homeopathic Dr. Wesley Ketchum. He suffered from pain that he and other doctors believed was appendicitis. Edgar Cayce, without any formal medical knowledge, diagnosed a back problem, which was later confirmed. This episode not only highlighted Cayce's incredible ability to access medical knowledge without formal training, but also solidified his reputation as a reliable psychic. Additionally, in 1925, he predicted the Great Depression of 1929. He warned some of his clients to withdraw their money from banks before the New York Stock Exchange crashed. Those who followed his advice were able to protect their savings and avoid the financial ruin that affected millions. This event is stunning proof of the accuracy of his predictions and the positive impact they had on people's lives. In 2024, some of his predictions appear to be coming true in unexpected ways. Cayce warned of a devastating financial crisis in the 21st century that could upend the foundations of global markets and force a drastic overhaul of our economic practices. Today, we see corporate giants crumbling, unemployment rising, and new sustainable economies emerging from the ashes of traditional financial collapse. Growing economic instability, marked by unpredictable stock market fluctuations and the failure of once stalwart financial institutions, resonates strongly with Cayce's warnings. Before continuing the video, an important message. Don't forget to get your copy of our book, The Secret Behind the Bible Prophecies. It's in the first pinned comment of this video. Edgar Cayce made an alarming prediction about the submersion of parts of Japan and Europe. He stated that the Earth will break up in Western America and that parts of the East Coast, as well as regions of Western Europe, will disappear. According to Cayce, these regions would be submerged due to catastrophic geological changes such as earthquakes and tsunamis. He predicted that southern Georgia and the Carolinas would disappear, suggesting that the destruction would not be limited to just Europe and Japan, but would affect other coastal areas as well. The idea of entire parts of countries being submerged is extremely frightening, as this would result in the loss of millions of lives and the destruction of vast inhabited areas. This Cayce prediction highlights the fragility of coastal areas in the face of major natural disasters. Japan and many parts of Europe, with their historic cities and economic centers, would be devastated by such events. Cayce asserted that the islands of the sea and the mainland of the Americas would change in astonishing ways, emphasizing the global scale of the changes he predicted. The submergence of entire regions would have a profound impact on the global economy, food security, and political stability, displacing millions of people and causing humanitarian crises. Despite the fear generated by these predictions, Cayce also saw a possibility for adaptation and resilience. He believed that humanity would learn to live more harmoniously with the Earth after such catastrophes. The forecast serves as a warning about the importance of preparing for natural disasters and investing in resilient infrastructure. Building cities and communities that can withstand these forces will be essential, Cayce said. Furthermore, international cooperation will be crucial to address global challenges and help affected regions recover and rebuild in a sustainable way. He made unsettling predictions about global tensions and conflicts. Cayce warned that there would be war on every continent, and that these wars would bring great suffering and destruction. He predicted that these tensions and conflicts would be caused by political, economic, and territorial disputes. He said fighting between nations will worsen until each has to answer for what it did to its neighbor. The idea of a world in constant conflict is frightening, as it suggests a future marked by violence, instability, and loss of life. Cayce also spoke about the possibility of overcoming these conflicts through international cooperation and spiritual growth. He believed that through it, light would come into the world, suggesting that humanity could find a path to peace and harmony. For Cayce, the key to resolving these tensions would be mutual understanding and respect for human rights. The transition to this new era of cooperation would be difficult and painful, but he saw hope in the human potential to overcome divisions and work together for the greater good. Despite the immediate challenges, he saw a future where nations would learn to resolve their differences peacefully. He stated that true peace and progress come from the ability to work together and understand each other's needs. Cayce predicted another significant transformation: the collapse of authoritarian regimes. He stated that many of the regimes they now control with an iron fist will fall. According to him, these changes would be initiated by great turmoil and revolutions. The collapse of authoritarian regimes can be alarming, as these events are often accompanied by civil strife, repression, and uncertainty about the future. Cayce also predicted that despite the initial chaos, these transformations would lead to an era of greater freedom and justice. He believed that the world would see a new era of light and hope after the collapse of these regimes. However, the transition to this new era would be marked by significant challenges and suffering for many people. Cayce mentioned that the path to freedom would not be easy and that many would pay a high price for it. This view suggests that, while change can bring long-term benefits, the process of transformation can be painful and will require resilience and courage from affected people. Despite the difficulties, Cayce saw these changes as an opportunity for political and social rebirth. He asserted that through diversity, nations will find a new way of governing that respects the dignity and rights of each individual. Cayce also predicted the formation of a new world order, a topic that can generate apprehension due to uncertainty and the potential for conflict during the transition. He stated that the world would reorganize itself into new alliances and partnerships, suggesting that the global political and economic structure would undergo significant changes. These changes could result in temporary instability and tensions between nations as new power relations are established. The idea of a global reordering can be alarming, as it involves the reconfiguration of political borders and economic systems, affecting millions of lives. Cayce also mentioned that this new world order would be based on principles of justice, equality, and cooperation. He believed that over time, nations would work together more harmoniously and collaboratively. Although the transition to this new order may be marked by challenges and conflicts, the end result would be a more peaceful and just world. Cayce asserted that humanity will find new ways to resolve its differences and work together to tackle global problems. This vision offers hope for a better future, where international cooperation and solidarity prevail. Despite the difficulties associated with forming a new world order, Cayce emphasized the importance of keeping faith. He said the path may be difficult, but the fruits of change will be sweet. The transition will require effort, patience, and understanding among nations and peoples. Cayce's prediction serves as a reminder that despite immediate challenges, it is possible to build a more just and peaceful world through collaboration and mutual respect. Preparation and resilience will be essential to face obstacles and achieve a more harmonious future for all. Edgar Cayce predicted significant changes in international alliances, a topic that could generate apprehension due to political instability and the new power dynamics that these changes could bring. He stated that nations would shift their alliances as new global interests and challenges emerged. According to Cayce, these reconfigurations could result in new political blocs and altering existing power relations. The possibility of such changes can be alarming, as new alliances can generate tensions and conflicts until new balances are established. Cayce also suggested that these changes in international alliances would be driven by the need to address global problems such as climate change, economic crises, and security issues. He believed that nations would be forced to cooperate more closely to solve these common problems. Such cooperation could lead to greater integration and collaboration between countries, promoting long-term peace and stability. However, the process of adapting to new geopolitical realities can be difficult and full of obstacles, with nations and leaders defending their interests. Despite the uncertainties, Cayce saw these changes as an opportunity for the world to move toward a more cooperative and harmonious future. He emphasized that true peace and progress come from the ability to work together and understand each other's needs. This prediction from Cayce serves as a reminder that while the transition to new alliances can be challenging, it also offers the chance to build a world where nations collaborate more closely for the common good. Preparation, diplomacy, and flexibility will be crucial to navigating these changes and seizing the opportunities they bring. Edgar Cayce made an intriguing prediction about Russia's role in the future, stating that it would be the hope of the world. He said that through Russia will come the hope of the world, not in what is sometimes considered. Furthermore, Cayce's prediction about the need for a revision of traditional economic practices appears to be coming true. The global financial crisis is forcing governments and companies to rethink their economic strategies and look for more sustainable alternatives. Circular economy initiatives, investments in renewable energy, and an increasing emphasis on corporate social responsibility are some of the ways we are seeing economic transformation. Another interesting aspect of Cayce's predictions is the interconnection between financial crises and social and political changes. He suggested that a major financial crisis could be a catalyst for significant and necessary reforms, not just in the economic field, but also in the way societies function. The current crisis has fueled debates about economic justice, the importance of robust healthcare systems, and the need for effective social safety nets. Cayce's predictions also touched on themes of innovation and adaptation. He spoke about the potential of emerging technologies to shape the future of humanity. Today, we see how technology is playing a crucial role in creating new economic opportunities. Innovative startups are emerging, offering solutions to the world's most pressing problems, from the climate crisis to social inequality. Finally, Edgar Cayce's predictions about the future are not just grim warnings, but they also carry a message of hope and resilience. He believed that although humanity faced significant challenges, there was also great potential for growth and positive transformation. Edgar Cayce also predicted natural catastrophes, such as a devastating increase in seismic and volcanic activity, floods, and more violent storms, which could reshape the face of the planet. He spoke of a turning point for humanity, a period of great change and challenge, which could be faced through a collective spiritual awakening. His predictions highlight the importance of spiritual and physical healing, suggesting that current challenges could lead humanity to greater spiritual understanding and growth. Don't forget to download our book, The Secret Behind Biblical Prophecies. There are already more than 500,000 copies sold, and we are on the last units, so don't waste time and enjoy. I guarantee that you will acquire a lot of knowledge after reading this sensational book, written with great care and love for all the subscribers of our channel, completely based on the Holy Bible. The link is in the first pinned comment. Interpreting Edgar Cayce's prophecies is a challenging task, as his visions and predictions are complex and cover a wide range of topics. Each individual can find different meanings and interpretations in Cayce's words, reflecting their own beliefs, experiences, and perspectives. His prophecies range from geological and climatic events to spiritual and social transformations, which allows for a diversity of interpretations. Edgar Cayce's teachings continue to inspire and guide millions of people around the world. Its emphasis on spirituality, holistic health, and the need to live in harmony with nature resonates deeply with many who seek a deeper understanding of life and the universe. Cayce's readings offer a vision of a future where humanity can learn from challenges and adversity, transforming crises into opportunities for growth and spiritual evolution. Cayce's influence extends beyond apocalyptic predictions, touching fundamental aspects of human and spiritual development. His life and work encourage people to look beyond the material and consider the importance of the mind, body, and spirit together. Many who study his readings find practical guidance and inspiration for improving their lives, whether through natural health practices, meditation, or developing greater spiritual awareness. At the same time, Cayce's work challenges us to reflect on the impact of our actions on the planet and on future generations. He reminds us of the importance of acting responsibly and seeking sustainable solutions to global problems. His predictions about natural disasters and climate change are a call to action, urging humanity to take proactive steps to protect the environment and mitigate the effects of climate change. Thank you very much for your very special company. We hope this dive into the prophecies and teachings of Edgar Cayce has been enlightening and inspiring. May your words and visions continue to motivate us to seek a more harmonious and balanced world. Keep exploring, learning, and growing, because knowledge and wisdom are endless paths. Until the next video, where we will continue our journey in search of understanding and inspiration. Edgar Cayce, 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 Edgar Say, Ice, Edgar Cayce, 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 Edgar Cayce,